e ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā karanga maha o tewa, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Lizette Reyes, toku ingoa. No reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora Nōku te ao, LikeMinds whānau. I am a very positive, family-oriented person who loves nature and enjoys to learn the life of every person I get to meet in my everyday life. Early this year, I experienced my first tremendous anxiety where I lost who I am. Thankfully, I have been blessed with an awesome family and work colleagues who became my main support system. I also believe in God, therefore prayer became a powerful act for me to slowly recover from anxiety. My anxiety made me realize how difficult it is to go through a mental distress, and not only this, but I realized that even though our support system wants to help us in our journey, most of the time they do not know what to do as well that can make us feel better or recover faster. Therefore, I decided to apply for a 20,000 grant and promote the project which I call YHM, which stands for Your Hawara Matters. He aha o Mwemwea, my vision to end discrimination against people with mental distress are, number 1, make the people of Aotearoa, especially the Maori and Pacific communities, to get an in-depth understanding of the different mental problems people can experience in their life by creating YouTube videos, Instagram posts, and TikTok videos and posts that are easy to understand and contain beautiful images that everyone can be easily engaged to, no matter how old you are and where you have come from. Number 2, helping the people who support their friends and whānau on the ways they can help these people for their fast recovery by providing useful information in social media platforms. And number 3, helping the people themselves who are going through a rough patch in their life and knowing that this platform can be their support system and willing to listen to their stories and help them on any problems, uncertainties, confusion with the negative feelings they are experiencing, and many more. With my proposal, I would like to end the stigma with regards to mental health and enlighten the people who are experiencing this that these mental distresses can be overcome with the help of many resources. For example, support system, videos, cultural groups, brochures, posters, and many more. I want people to know that it's okay to not feel okay and not be embarrassed and they are not alone. The people of Aotearoa be more open to share their mental health journey by various means through videos, interviews, emails, letters, podcasts, and many more. And give people who have experienced and overcome mental distress more opportunities in life. For example, work opportunities, rent-to-own homes, and many more. With the Your Hawara Matters or YHM program, I would also like to create an event to a total of 12 different faith-based groups in the Wellington region, aiming to go to one place of worship every month to promote the social media platforms I've created that can slowly but surely end discrimination against people with mental distress in Aotearoa. Listed here are the places that I will get in contact to for this program. With the YHM program, I would like to challenge people's actions that leads to mental distress for the people of Aotearoa. For example, racism, homophobia, bullying, and many more, by giving them an in-depth knowledge based on scientific or medical facts and research as to what the different mental distresses are, its symptoms, treatment, and kind of support options people can do for someone who's experiencing mental distress. My project will uphold the rights of people with mental distress by gradually removing the stigma in regards with mental health and helping the people with mental distress see what their triggers are and how they can overcome it or how they can deal with it. My project will drive equal outcomes as my target are not the only ones who have mental distress in our community, no matter what their race is, but also also the people who support and discriminate them while they are going through their mental health journey. The YHM program aligns with the following kaupapa Maori principles. Number 1, tino ranga tiratanga. People who will be willing to reach out to me regarding their mental health will be listened to as to what mental health care they want, and if they are confused as to what to do, then I can provide options as to what they can do to their journey of recovering to their mental distress or distresses with the support of my program, their whānau, whanui, hapu, iwi, church community, peers, and many more. Number 2, tonga tuku iho, promoting karakia and whakatauki and similar practices that Pacific, Asian, and other communities do in Aotearoa, like this, and social media platforms that I will be managing, as well as freebies that I will give to people for every event I will do in person throughout the program. Number 3, Mataronga Maori, following the Te Whare Tapafa model, taha tinana, create events for all the people I will make connections with. For example, fieldwork with the help of my work colleagues at GNS Science, going to a geological site and learn information about a certain place in Aotearoa, plan picnic, walk, hike, yoga, or boxing classes somewhere in Wellington as a group. Taha Wairua, creating a prayer or Bible service group for people who would like to do this together, go on a retreat to share spiritual journey to one another, or doing events for church communities, for example, feeding the hungry or delivering lunches for the elderly. Number 3, Taha Whānau, family trips, for example, winning trips for 2 to 5 people to Queenstown, all expenses paid, or get concert tickets and other group events. Taha Hinengaro, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram posts and videos to nourish their mental and emotional feelings about mental health. Whānau, working with a diverse community of Aotearoa, but primarily with Maori and Pacific communities by giving them tips, advice, talks on how to gradually overcome from mental distresses and how to support someone with mental illness, and some preventative measures they can take based on scientific facts and sources that I will be looking into as part of this program. And mana tangata, all connections I will create, I will try and encourage them to be part of my program and follow my social media platforms. And if this program becomes bigger, I would like to get volunteers who can help me with my ideas, and in the future, once I get monetized on my social media platforms, I will use this to pay the kindness these people will give to me through my journey to slowly but surely end the mental discrimination in New Zealand. My power of contact will be the social media platforms, faith-based groups, so that I can see people in person when I can who wants to reach out to me to find ways on how I will be able to help them or lead them to people who may be able to help them with their mental distress. Whānau ngā tangata with families or groups in specific age ranges by creating retreats, sharing life stories and experiences with team building activities, and many more. So, what do I want to achieve from this program? Well, I would like to make the people of Aotearoa with mental distress feel that they are not alone and they have your Hawara Matters as their support system in times of need, and whānau and support system can also reach out to YHM to find ways to help their whānau and friends with mental distress to recover in the best way possible. My budget plan is in the description below. I know that there are a lot of groups or communities and organizations that are doing this kind of mental health advocacy already in New Zealand, but I think what YHM can do better is that I would like to connect to these communities starting from Wellington, and if successful, go to all regions in Aotearoa to create a one big mental health group that people can come to from time to time of their need, and maybe do a one big conference in the future, bringing all of the supporters and people we are able to help. In terms of social media platform, I'm not sure if anyone in Aotearoa has done this, but my plan is that when I start to get monetized in YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for YHM, then I will use 70% of the income to help the small mental health organizations that do not get funding from the government and or the people I get to interview in the coming months, so they can have the opportunity to start new life that they want once they overcome their mental distress or distresses. I think that this will be a really great idea for New Zealand because, as we know, we are really understaffed with counselors, psychologists, and it can help them as well with their mental health and well-being. Here are the examples of freebies FBs and YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok posts I will put in to the YHM social media platforms. And lastly, in case we need to go on lockdown again, my program will continue to prosper and reach out to our New Zealand communities, specifically Maori and Pacific group, as my project will be available on the internet, and once I collate the contact details of the people I can do talks or events with, then we can converse via phone or video call or by email. Let me end with these 3 things. We can do no great things, only small things with great love. Ikai ha toa te tu tokotaha, and he tangata tonu te tangata, aha koa te aha. May God bless you all. Matewa.